You've seen the dream. A whitewashed town on the Atlantic, pastel de nata for €1, and a headline that says you can retire in Portugal on $2,000 a month. And maybe a quiet part of you has done the math at your kitchen table, wondering if your savings could actually stretch that far. Here's the part those headlines skip, and it's not the rent. In 2026, $2,000 doesn't buy you €2,000. It buys you about $1,750. So let me give you the answer before the journey, because you deserve it straight. Can you retire in Portugal on $2,000 a month? If you're single, yes, comfortably, almost anywhere except central Lisbon. If you're a couple, it's tight and only really works inland or off-season. But the number that actually decides your fate isn't your rent. It's two variables almost every video forgets: the exchange rate and a tax law that quietly changed in 2025. Get those two wrong and your $2,000 a month plan breaks. Get them right and Portugal still works. Let's do the real math. Start with the money itself, because everything downstream depends on it. Your budget is in dollars. Your life in Portugal is priced in euros. As of late June 2026, $1 is worth about 0.88 euros, meaning your $2,000 converts to roughly 1,750 euros. The dollar has been weak through 2026. Just a few years ago, that same $2,000 would have bought you noticeably more. Nobody mailed you a memo about it, but the exchange rate quietly gave your retirement a haircut. So rule 1, never plan in dollars. Convert first, then budget. Your real working number isn't 2,000, it's 1,750. Now, what does 1,750 euros a month actually get you? More than you'd think, if you pick the right map pin. Across most of Portugal, a single person lives comfortably on about 1,400 to 1,900 euros a month, all in: rent, utilities, food, transport, even a few dinners out. So 1,750 lands you squarely in comfortable for one person. The catch is location. In Lisbon city center, a one-bedroom apartment alone runs about 1,400 euros a month as of mid-2026. Do the subtraction, that leaves you 350 euros for everything else. In the capital, $2,000 is a studio and instant noodles life. But move off the postcard. In smaller inland towns, a one-bedroom rents for 500 to 800 euros. In the Algarve off-season, furnished two-bedrooms have gone for around $1,000. Groceries nationwide average under 300 euros a month per person. Portugal has some of the lowest supermarket bills in Western Europe. Utilities, internet, and a phone plan together land near $200. So for a single retiree who skips Lisbon, the math is genuinely kind. For a couple, the picture tightens fast. A comfortable two-person budget outside the big cities runs about 2,500 to 3,000 euros a month. Your 1,750 sits below that. It's not impossible. Frugal couples do live on 14 to 1,900 euros in low-cost inland regions. But you're now optimizing, not relaxing. Rent doesn't double for two people, but food, healthcare, and travel do climb. So the honest line is, $2,000 a month is a single-person number in Portugal. For two, you either raise the budget or shrink the map. Here's some good news, because you've earned it after that tax cliff I'm about to walk you into. The visa itself is not the wall people fear. Portugal's D7 visa, the passive income or retirement visa, asks you to show a stable income of just 920 euros a month in 2026, plus about 11,000 euros of savings in the bank. Add 50% for a spouse, 30% per child. If you have $2,000 a month coming in, you clear the single-person income bar with room to spare. So getting in isn't the hard part. Staying, and what you owe once you're a tax resident, that's where the real math hides. This is the variable that quietly broke 1,000 retirement spreadsheets, so stay with me. For years, Portugal's magnet for retirees was a program called IFICI. It let new residents pay little or even zero tax on foreign pension income for 10 years. It was the whole pitch. That program ended on March 31st, 2025. Gone. In its place, Portugal created a new regime called IFICI, sometimes branded IFICI 2.0. And here's the trap. IFICI is built for high-skilled scientific and innovation workers. It offers a 20% flat rate on certain Portuguese employment income. It does not cover pensions. It does not cover dividends, interest, or rental income. If you're a retiree living on a pension or portfolio withdrawals, you do not qualify. which means your foreign retirement income is now taxed at Portugal's standard progressive rates. And those run from about 12.5% on the first €8,000 up to 48% at the top, across 9 brackets. The first roughly €4,000 of pension income is exempt, and the US-Portugal tax treaty plus foreign tax credits stop you from being taxed twice on the same money. But the era of move to Portugal and pay almost nothing on your pension for new arrivals in 2026, that era is over. Budget for a real Portuguese tax bill, not a 2021 fantasy. Let me end the cost tour on an up note, because it's a real one. Portugal's public health system, the SNS, covers legal residents. Once you're registered, you get an SNS number and you can use the public system on the same terms as locals. And since 2022, most of the small user co-payments were eliminated. Many expats still add a private insurance policy for faster appointments and English-speaking doctors, and entry-level plans start around €60 to €90 a month. Compare that to what a single U.S. health insurance premium can cost, and healthcare flips from your scariest retirement line item to one of your smallest. For a lot of people, that one difference funds the whole move. Now let me argue the other side honestly, because I'm not here to talk you out of a good life. Even with the weak dollar and even with the new tax bill, Portugal is still meaningfully cheaper than most major U.S. metros, and you get universal healthcare, low crime, and a mild Atlantic climate thrown in. The lifestyle you buy per dollar is still excellent. The mistake isn't choosing Portugal, it's choosing it on outdated numbers. Plan on €1,750, plan on a real tax return, skip central Lisbon, and the dream holds up. Plan on €2,000, zero tax, and a Lisbon apartment, and reality will mug you in month 2. So here's the one thing to carry out of this. The question was never really $2,000 a month, yes or no. The question is, $2,000, converted to which currency, in which town, after which tax bill? Convert first. You're working with about €1,750. Pick your town. Lisbon eats it. The interior barely notices it. And price in the tax. The pension haven loophole is closed for new arrivals. Do that, and a single person retires well, a couple retires carefully, and nobody gets ambushed. That's tonight's working theory. If this is your dream, tell me in the comments which town you're eyeing, coast or interior, and I'll run the real numbers on it in a future video. This is the start of a whole Retire Overseas series, so a new working theory drops every night at 7. This is not financial, tax, or immigration advice, just public math. Talk to a cross-border tax advisor before you pack. And this video was made with the help of AI. See you tomorrow.